Hello, thank you guys for joining us in Cthulhu and Cairo Review. We have Raz with us. So grateful to have Raz with us again as we discuss
Right.
some really cool episodes coming up. Man, just a lot of fun, lot of fun going on in
Yeah.
these three episodes. Melinda called it heartwarming, and some of it is. A lot of it is. There's a lot of good stuff that happens in this, and a lot of creepy ass stuff that happens in it as well, which endears it to us. Indeed. Um, so yeah, open it up to our Amanda, Melinda, and Raz. Your feelings on these episodes? Should we tackle them like one at a time, or should we just talk about all of them together? Or
I'm okay one at a time.
okay, all right,
That way we don't maybe gloss over one episode because
exactly. Exactly. Sounds fine. Sounds fine. So episode 36, yeah, they're still gathering info.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
yeah,
you know, like they just got somebody that's like a really good guide for them, or they assume is a good guide. He knows his way around. He knows stuff. He knows things. He drinks and he knows things.
he's a gentleman, but he's a decent guy.
Yeah, he's definitely he's that guy. Yeah, exactly. So they uncover some really great information. Amanda, Melinda, anybody want to discuss that episode in particular? What struck you guys or Raz?
um,
I'm losing video on Melinda. I'm
Yeah.
hearing her, but not seeing her.
Yeah.
Now I've lost her completely. Melinda, you might want to pop out, pop back in.
So there's a little bit more Markham in this, if I'm remembering correctly, right? He's
Yeah,
kind of bringing that sweetness that he has to the group.
He definitely gives me, what's Catherine's uncle's name?
Oh, Aloysius Banks,
Yeah.
He gives me Banks vibes.
probably
Yeah.
like an
Creepy.
ancestor or something.
exactly. Could be.
I hope
He's,
not.
he's
I
English
hope-
too, right? Yeah, he's English.
Yeah, he's British.
Yeah.
I tend to when I'm sure Matt, you do something similar, and you have anchor concepts for NPCs that you kind of want to, and when and again we've talked about this a little bit with the humor. Some people don't want humor in their horror, but I find it ramps everything else up. So, for instance, in Operation Poltergeist that Amanda's in, we have Hector Reed, and Hector seems to be this bludgeoning, this bumbling guy who can't get it done right, and he's not really Banks. He's not tongue in cheek. He's just inept. I mean, there's a difference, but he does become very like now. He's really like the group needs him, and he's doing things to try to endear himself to it. Markham is just one of these. He's rogue, right? He's just this roguey sort of.
I mean, you got to figure out there's a reason why he's a captain without a boat.
Right.
That should have been a tell, to the crew.
Yeah, that's never a good sign. A boat may have you may have a pilot or two that don't have a job. They're waiting for between vessels, but
Between
captain's without a
assignments.
boat. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not always good.
Exactly. It's like a race car driver without a race car. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
literally what we're talking about.
But he's interested in their gold. He thinks this is a great way to get himself resettled. And Schooley, I know at some point he starts throwing it around a little, probably more than Markham would have liked. Captain's like, well, you can slow down paying everybody. I got this. Like, just save more for me.
Stop showering people with
Yeah, just-
making it rain.
Yeah, that's Schooley a little bit in some of these episodes. Yeah, he's making it rain.
Yeah, he
Nice.
does. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I got another
Yeah.
ingot. What?
Yeah.
I think for me, like one of the things that I appreciate about the character is that you forced that to be a necessity. That none of them speak Italian. You were like, you're not. You made them hire him and wouldn't let them get away with the fact that they don't speak Italian or they won't be able to. Like you brought that to the forefront. I think is really great.
Exactly.
Yeah, common just seems like a cop out. In so many games, we all speak common. All right. If you've ever traveled around the world, I mean, even in the United States, certain slang words, certain dialects, certain things, you run into these little
What are you
hiccups.
trying to say, Raz? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
something like
I mean, we had this argument. What pecan? You said it's a pecan in a nut, but a pecan in a pie. I'm like,
exactly. If you're eating the pie, it's a pecan pie. If
Is
you're
it?
eating them out of a jar, it's pecans. Everyone
Okay.
does that.
Well, see, I thought a pecan was something you urinated in, but that's okay.
I only know pecan.
I had no idea.
I do like every time I hear you say water. It's
Oh,
like
boy.
water.
Water.
Water?
You dropped that R's. You dropped the R's. Yeah,
He
exactly.
does it every time. It's so funny.
Yeah, exactly.
The other word I'm mocked for is sandwich. My mouth does something weird when I pronounce that word, and it's a running joke in the family. Hey, Dad,
Nice.
I got some bread and meat here. What am I making? Oh, go to hell. I'm not going to say sandwich.
Shut your mouth. But, yeah, but they get across the information that they need really quickly, and which is good. They're definitely on a purpose. They're not so much on a clock, but they need to get stuff done.
Yeah. Well, the disease is the clock, right? Every time they walk around, they're like, "God damn,
exposure." Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And nobody takes that more seriously than Catherine Ross.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's like every time did you touch my stick you? I'm gonna stick you. I'm gonna give you a shot.
Catherine shows as we go into these. Catherine shows the fear, and this was all during COVID. So I kind of got notes from the team afterwards, like, do we have to play this in a game as well? And aren't we having enough of this in our real life?
Can I play a game without a mask? God damn it!
My character's wearing a mask. I'm playing a character wearing a mask. Can we not do that? But I think if I'm going through the episodes, we won't go too far ahead. But Catherine really comes to some terms with people about the exposure. Especially when they hit Poveglia, right?
She gets excited. Yeah, she gets super duper excited, and goes full team mom. Yeah, and I can, you can tell when things are getting tense for Catherine. She gets really excited, really animated, and really loud. Which is awesome. She definitely is one of those that believes that the loudest voice wins the argument. I think
that's Jersey.
That's what that is.
It's New Jersey.
Exactly. But yeah, they quickly figure out, about the link between the vampire
Noemi.
Noemi, yeah, thank you. And the thing in the box, which they finally give a name, they start calling it, stop calling it the thing in the box. But and realize that that's an N, so that's really good. I love that. I like how they can play that out to make Noemi a foil against Arturo. And Arturo, I mean, he's largely absent in these episodes. You mentioned him, but he's like this large, foreboding figure. Yeah, exactly. Living threat, just kind of over when they're like, oh shit. We need to get started.
He's physically not there, but he's definitely got a presence.
Definitely a presence felt. Exactly. And just really, really well done. Love how you have her exiled on that island. That was really, really well done.
Yeah.
Really, smooth. Yeah.
Thanks. The point for Poveglia that for me was that a vampire could starve to death there.
Yeah.
That's because it was really an island where they were sent to die, and then they would burn them. They would ash them, and the back half of the island, when you walk across it today, is mounds of human ash that has now grown. Over.
Whoa.
So the whole island of Poveglia is just they claim it's the most cursed, haunted place in all of Italy and one of the top 5 in the world. Yeah.
Human landfill. Nice.
Yeah, it's a human landfill.
Yeah. Wow, landfill.
And that was through 2 plagues. That wasn't just it was this one and then the one in the late 1500s.
God.
So Poveglia, I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to put a vampire somewhere to punish them, and they shouldn't be feeding on diseased blood because vampires still ingest blood.
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be a real twist to watch a vampire starve with all these people sitting out there and you just can't go after them.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what, yeah.
And he sends her children for dinner.
Of course, because he's just that twisted. He's just that bent. I mean, Arturo is not Raz.
No. Yeah.
Who created Arturo?
Exactly. Twisted. But yeah, looking at ways to get to the island, confront Noemi and stuff like that. I love their equipment gathering stuff. Do we need gunpowder? Cannon powder? Can we get cannon powder? And I'm like, what?
Markham's response to that, he was like, cannon powder.
What are you doing? Are blowing up the Vatican? What are we doing? What are we?
It's the gunpowder plot.
Exactly.
I think
Exactly.
one of the funniest moments, and I don't remember. I apologize. The episodes kind of blurred together, so because I just listened to them all at once, so I can't. I have trouble differentiating between the episodes.
Yeah.
But when Catherine packs up all of the food from breakfast, and she's like, "You took my lunch. That's my lunch." She's just like, "We need it." What?
That bit
I
also had
laughed
one of my
so
favorite
hard.
quotes. I wrote it down. We don't drink good wine in the morning. We drink okay wine.
That's good.
Yeah, she's packing up the cheese and bread. And
Yeah, Melinda took notes. Good job. Excellent.
that is
Excellent.
my only note.
Okay, that's,
You run a house. You take some borders in. You lay out a cheese plate. It's just like, it's not like a buffet where you just stop. Like, just take your share.
Said it was like a Howard Johnson or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my scrambled eggs I didn't finish and a couple pieces of bacon, and can you refill my juice? I'm gonna put a lid on that and try to get it out of here.
It's like when you get up in the morning and have the continental breakfast or whatever it is at the hotel. You just dump it all in your bag. Everybody else is looking at you like.
An extra
Need
muffin.
snacks for later.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one of the funniest moments I think in the 3 episodes. I just laughed and laughed. Just the imagery in that, the look on the lady's face that I had, like that I imagined, it was so great.
I may have made a mistake taking in these borders. I mean, it's a lot of money, but I don't know. Come wake up and like all the beds are gone or something,
Yeah.
Little pattern in the floor where the bed was, little faded pattern.
Well, and I think Raz even pointed it out. Like, yes, you're giving her money to compensate for that, but in a plague city where they don't have a lot of provisions anyway, like the money is not necessarily
Candy gold.
Candy
right,
gold.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
It's always good to break bounty with someone and have them, just clean out the larder.
Sorry.
I read stories about dinner guests who do this on the internet.
I mean, and
they're called hobbits.
Yeah,
sons of bitch.
Exactly.
No, dwarves. I'm sorry, the dwarves do it to the Hobbit. Yeah, that scene always bothered me. I'm like, I understand you're going on a journey and you're actually helping him out because, right, you're cleaning out the whole pantry so nothing goes bad. But you sons of bitches, like, let the man offer it.
Like 12 cakes. See, exactly.
Like you're a bunch of entitled jerks.
Just took all of it, and yeah, exactly. It's like I can't imagine what the portion sizes were back then, but I imagine it was a lot smaller than what we'd be used to today. I mean, and that was what was so wild. It's like watching these movies. Like, I do Turner Classic Movies. Like, I study them for like these kind of games because most of them are set in the 30s and 40s and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and you watch what these guys that are like, 5'8", 120 pounds, and watch them just pack away this food, and you're like, where are you putting that? They're like 10 sandwiches. I'm like, what the hell?
Like the jadeite dinnerware that was really popular, what, mid-century, last century. Yeah, you see bowls that are like this and about this thick. And people are like, oh, wow, cereal bowls. And we're like, no, those were like serving bowls for your table.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Just watching them go through the portions, and you're just like, well, they ate it. But of course, everything was human powered then. Mm-hmm. You didn't just hop in the car and go down the store. Your ass walked.
Yeah, they worked that food off.
Definitely worked that food off. Exactly.
For a while, my late father-in-law worked in one of the brick manufacturing places here in Southeast Ohio, and I've heard tales of what he would eat when he would come home for lunch.
Wow.
It was just a huge amount of food.
Exactly. Like 3 or 4 sandwiches, and stuff like that. Of course, Coke had real Coke in it. Then that's why they worked all like they did.
That's right.
So why
That's
does
right.
able to do all that? But I mean, in this earlier time, I mean, I just want to kind of ease us into episode 37 when they're making their moves to get on the island,
Mhm.
and they are aware of the bait. Well, not bait, but the offerings, I guess,
Mhm.
for Noemi. You know, the children, and
Yeah.
you're watching Aveline. It's Aveline, right?
Oh
Is it-
yeah.
yeah. Flip the
The
F
fuck.
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And she's like, as soon as I get a chance to break, I'm gonna go get these kids, you know. But and everybody's like, where'd she fuck.
I like that Sid let her go. He was like, "Yeah, I see it. I'm not gonna stop her. Like, there's no point. She's grown."
You know, I mean, you can't watch her all the time, and any minute she's gonna bolt, you know. So, you know, really, really well done there, watching her. Well, again, trying to communicate with the children, you know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
that you know are starved. They've been there already, what, like almost a day,
Yeah, something like that. Day
Scrap-
2, I think. Yeah.
surrounded by undead, you know, and the dying, the dead and the
Yeah.
dying.
And
The
we
dead-
don't know why they're there.
exactly. They just grabbed up and deposited. Um, so yeah, they don't, you know, it's so wild because, you know, you imagine like Noemi is going to be walking along going, oh, I'll take some from aisle 1 and some from aisle 2, you know. You know, that's all she's got left. But yeah, and just realizing, okay, I gotta save these kids, and she's like,
Mhm.
okay, well, you know, we're gonna tuck them by the boat. I'm like, now see, if I was an asshole DM, I'd be like, them kids be in the boat and get the hell out, just to
Yeah.
be gone. They'd be gone like after we get done with yeah, yeah, just you know, they get done with a huge fight and they look for the boat. Like, what boat? Kids can row. What? You know?
There was a lot of that show carried on for 3 days. It was
Mhm.
one of the so Kayla and Lauren, Aveline and Catherine. That fight was so intense between the characters on that we actually edited out about, I don't know, 11 minutes, I think.
Oh, the
of
showdown.
them. Oh,
Yeah.
over the children, and you know, and again, it's one of these moments where Catherine is trying to say, you know, and rightly so, right? These kids are dead, and our time to they didn't. It doesn't matter. Like whatever happens, happens. It's us. It's the 5. It's us.
Mhm.
And Aveline's like, but you don't know that I didn't save them that time, or you don't know that they didn't make it, and this is all bullshit. So her that Avenger quality that Aveline keeps dropping in, that, you know, that good guy, the, you know, the reflection that she was always meant to be through the storyline. It really, as we get deeper into these stories, you know, these chapters, she becomes more and more and more that Avenger who just won't let it go.
Gotta save them.
Yeah.
Gotta save them. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, the team needs her to do these like stealth missions all the time, and then they yell at her when she goes out to do one for herself. It's like, come back here! Like, what you told me
I
to
mean,
go out by
yeah.
myself.
It's almost as much of a hindrance as it is. You
Yeah,
know, help.
it becomes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had to laugh over the argument that, you know, we were trying not to mess up the timeline, and I'm like, you did that the moment you popped into the church.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this stuff? Just get out of sight of the way.
Maybe not massively mess up, but
Put this-
you have no idea what's going to change. the
Absolutely.
timeline
Yeah.
here.
Absolutely.
It's
Exactly.
I mean-
they're messed up.
They're essentially there to kill Arturo, who, you know, who basically ran Venice for, you know, hundreds of years beyond that.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you kill him, that's definitely going to change the dynamic of Venice over that, you know,
And
time
free his
period.
sister.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Using the sister, you know, which is great, you know, and it works, you know, because they're trying to figure out how are we going to stop him, and they, you know, they realize what she is. They're like, okay, well, fight fire with fire. So
But honestly, they have just killing Arturo, nothing else would. I can't imagine how much of that would fuck the
Oh.
timeline.
And and you know, going forward, obviously they survive, so something happened, right? But
yeah.
his other, I mean, Noemi is one person, but his sister, I don't know that's better.
Yeah. Yeah. She wasn't really great. Neither.
She's
No.
not a good, she's not a
Catherine,
good
Yeah.
person.
totally
Sophia?
say Catherine right off.
Sophia,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sophia's a jerk.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Catherine and her looked at each other and went, bitch.
Rare.
Yeah, becoming a jerk would be, an improvement.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So I can't. Yeah, you're right. I can't see Arturo dying being a plus. So,
Not unless you change it drastically, like you said. If you do something so drastic that Sophia is gone, but the power struggle, it's the coin, and you're looking at it going, this side's tarnished. Well, this side has no face on it anymore. It's garbage. Oh yeah. It's pretty crappy.
And I wanted to ask, are you kind of crossing the streams here a little bit between the game systems with how, like, there was the La Familia, and how the vampires are like, okay, no, you can't kill her, but you gotta set her on this island. Is that kind of like a wink and a nod to how Vampire the Masquerade operates, or?
Yeah. So when Cthulhu and Cairo was in this part of its of working, we had announced that we were looking to do the Hellfire Nights, which was a concurrent show based in Vampire the Masquerade 2nd edition, which is the one I kind of still had all the rules for, and I wanted to take a part of Cairo and kind of show the vampire lore in the world and do everything. So yeah, this was there's definitely some of that White Wolf bleeding in on their rules on how they deal with things and the whole bit. But at the end of the day, the book and the story was still Cairo for me. But it was definitely Hellfire Nights was another undertaking for us, and we were still in our infancy trying to figure out our voices, and we brought some new people in for that show. So it was just a nod, to it.
Absolutely, yeah. For those that are uninitiated to, like, Vampire Masquerade, I mean, they would, listening to this, they would think, okay, this is their version of vampire lore, and be fine. That's totally fine. Yeah, but for those of us who know Vampire Masquerade, you're like, he's dipping into that a little bit, which is cool. It's just cool. All the best things in a story you steal from somebody else anyway. So
you borrow. Yeah, you do. I mean,
much nicer word. I steal, but
sample
too. With we were playing Adventure Tales of the Aeon Society, which is White Wolf, and at some point my character becomes a vampire, and so we had to create the whole system that we were going to use as rules for what she could do. And I don't think he drew on vampire. I think we used like a lot of werewolf and changeling rules, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, you go with what you got, or what you like. Yeah,
it was pretty cool, and it worked really well.
Yeah.
But the main rule set we were still using was adventure.
Yeah. Episode 37, like the introduction to Emmy, was really, really cool. I dug that part where she's just kind of slinking down the stairs, like Panther, like you're like, ooh, you can just like see her targeting, which one she's gonna jump at first. It was so good. It was so very well done.
I thought it was clever of Scully to assert themselves as, we're not food. Like that's not what we're here for. I think that was very clever of his character to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, one instance, she's used to getting food delivered to her, DoorDash kind of stuff.
Exactly.
But
kids, and now she's got, full grown.
Not only full grown, but like 5 of them. You're like, oh, I can save some for later. It's awesome. Leftovers.
Get out the Tupperware.
Exactly. gotta remember to burp the seal.
You grab the back of their head and just push.
You burp the seal. Exactly.
I feel like actually all 3 of these episodes, you really get a lot more of the overall rounded personality of each of the characters too, because their button heads a little more, but it's like as the character even more fully than we've seen in the past. Yeah. Or there's little things they do, like Scully asserting right off the bat, I am not food.
Yeah.
And Catherine in the next episode is just, the girl needed a Xanax. I felt for her. She just, and exactly. I think of her as a strong, and she was just a basket case.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that a minute too, like what you talked about, how the group dynamics and how it's evolving and forming. Because when I was listening to this one and watching each other, frankly, bitch at each other in the middle of fights. Like do this, no, don't do this. Don't, you know what? Go fuck off. Kind of stuff like that, especially from like
You're
Catherine.
not there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It made me feel like a lot of allegory is to like some of the teen books and comics, like Justice League.
Oh yeah.
Everybody thinks it's or everybody watches the Super Friends and thinks, oh, they're all great and shiny and everything's fine and happy. You
best
read the actual
friends.
comic, it's like Batman and Superman would not get along.
No.
Ever. There's no way. But
I can see
when
that.
emergencies are put upon them, then yeah, okay, we put our differences aside, because kind of like Catherine and I think like Sid. I don't think Catherine would give Sid the time of day in a calm, normal situation.
Okay.
But they've
That's
gotten
interesting. Yeah.
close.
Huh?
But they've gotten close.
But they've gotten close. Yeah, they
Because of
built that bond. Exactly.
Mhm.
Where they all of these people have, like Aveline and her, I've got to save everyone. Catherine's like, you know what? We're saving me today. Maybe not so much all of y'all, but we're saving me today.
That's a definite Catherine motif.
Yeah, exactly. Screw the kids. The kids are meat. I'm sorry. This is all happening like 300 years before or 600 years before we even know anything about this. So, so the kids are meat. Sorry, they'll be dead and gone long after this.
Keep that in the back of your head for when you hit Nepal.
Yeah,
And there's another a thing with some children in Nepal.
exactly.
Keep that in the back of your head because Catherine's reactions are incredible.
Exactly.
Now, I'm gonna have to
right?
stop before Nepal. I'm sorry, because thanks to that first episode of Operation Poltergeist, I know spoilers for Nepal, and I'm not sure I
Jesus.
can do it.
Oh, sorry.
That's actually the part that I have stopped at. I haven't listened beyond where Operation Poltergeist picks up.
Yeah.
So, Nepal's rough. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
But Venice, to me, even with Nepal being as rough as it is, Venice has been the scariest for me. Like the most intense, the listening to it in my car, in the dark and getting like chills and stuff. That's been Venice. I didn't get that necessarily in Nepal, but Venice to me is scary, and
Yeah.
it's so good. I just I love Venice. Venice is my favorite.
Well, yeah. I mean, one, they're out of time. Two, that most of the stuff's happening at night. Three, there's vampires and fucking zombies running around.
Mhm.
Much more existential dread going on, than even like the German episode. You're afraid of the Germans catching up to them, and that'd be the end of it.
Mhm.
Or like the Zombie Fest or the Ghoul Fest, what I call it, the Ghoul
Oh
Fest in the
God,
graveyard. That was horrific. That was really great. Yeah. So definitely more dread.
I think like there's a part in the episode where Raz was kind of assigning them all dreams. This is what you dreamed about this night. And I think like for me, Germany felt very, I was afraid for Faye,
Mm-hmm.
and this is Venice is, I'm afraid for all of them. Like they're all going, you can, to me, see all of them pulling into the horror aspect of it. Where in Germany, I just felt that with Faye predominantly
at the cemetery. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, even after when she saw Heinrich and in the window and stuff like that, like, but it was all Faye. It wasn't, none of the other characters were kind of supporting her terror, and in Venice they're getting their own little doses of it.
I kind of feel like Venice was a little bit like that about Catherine when it started, even though Faye got the news about her father. Sorry, guys.
We love Richard Dawson.
But as it progressed, it pulled in all of them.
Yeah.
They all have their own little,
Yeah,
Exactly.
When I laid all my notes out, I knew that I wanted to affect certain chapters as pulp, certain chapters as horror, certain chapters as sort of I won't say comic book, but yeah, like they each had a feel, and Venice was all about the horror. Like that was a big one. The other one is the one that we're working into the recording now, which is in Australia, which we're, I don't know, 90 episodes ahead or whatever, but that's going to be a brutal horror fest. And so certain items generated a certain feeling. in my head when I was thinking about the notes and laying it all out. So yeah, so I can understand how you know that's very observant because Venice was supposed to be that. Holy crap! It's all
happening.
It's all terrifying.
Well,
yeah,
it was. You were very successful.
Exactly. Yeah, especially in again episode 38 when we're getting up to the fight, and you really master job of like splitting the action. Really well done. I like doing that myself, especially like when in a high stakes situation. For some reason, I like doing it more in like Star Wars and other sci-fi kind of games where things are happening really fast, you know, and stuff like that. I find myself doing that a lot in this one where you're like, what's this one doing? Okay, before you do the die roll, let's go over here. You know, it's really well done.
It was so effective with the players because they got like, what?
Exactly.
I don't like that. I don't personally like that as a player.
So
and then you get to the and that's where we'll end.
Yeah.
Like, no, wait, we got him. Let's just kill him.
Surprised she didn't come down the stairs and just beat you. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, it's a short walk across the hall.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. But
I really love the idea of Mafuchi. I wanted to make Mafuchi, you know, Arturo sort of made this sort of like poured a lot of himself into this one creation and said, okay, you handle the day to day with these guys and keep everybody in line. I got the business. I got the politicians. I'll take care of all that.
You're my number one.
Yeah. You're my number one. Jack Nicholson, right?
Exactly.
The guy, yeah.
Guy.
My God. But when Aveline just says, I'm going out there, I'm taking Mafuchi out by myself. So, oh, come on.
I know, right? I could tell when way you were rolling this. I'm like, on paper, he should win this fight. Hands down.
You're sitting there going,
hands down. No way, no how is she taking this guy out. You know, no way, no how. 45 hit points and those spells, like half of them you didn't even get out yet. And then here she is. She just starts critting left and right. And you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, you definitely put the fear of God in her with the quicksand and the leeches and stuff. I mean,
right?
I'd have been wigging out. Yeah.
You're going down, and her reaction isn't to save herself. It's I just empty the clip. I'm going okay. That's a hero. That's a pulp reaction. I'm good.
That's what I meant about these episodes.
She plays that character all the way through.
She's an
when she gets into that mindset of, you know, screw you, I'm not stopping. I'm like, okay, that's just the way Kayla plays that character. So yeah, it was fun to watch. But the leeches, the quicksand, I thought, like I said, the quicksand, I'm like, oh, you're done. I got you.
You're so done.
Crit.
What I love is she realizes she's taken out. What's his name?
Dr. Mafuchi. Yeah.
Mafuchi, that's it. Fuchi. And she realizes that the two La Familia are still functioning.
Yeah. It's like they lost their remote control for a second and somebody else is.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
And yet, after she gets herself out of the quicksand, and I loved her thinking on whether or not she was going to take up your offer about her eye. Because she was thinking about the group as a whole, too.
I know, right? Yeah.
But she gets herself out of the quicksand, and then she just takes a few seconds to calmly pluck the leeches off.
I mean, what else you got to do? I mean, I'm there with her in that. I mean, just, you know, you're going to start frantically yanking them off. But yeah, I mean, it probably would, too. You just, you know, that mindset she's flipping out at that time. But yeah, just a super, super good, like, you know, not, you know, lower level boss fight right there that just should not work on paper. You know, I'm looking at this and I mean, I could hear it in Raz's voice. I'm like, she's done. She's so done. You're just sending her? Okay.
I had complete faith in Evelyn. I knew she'd be okay.
That you did. I'm like, that's a winner right there. That's
exactly. And then the rest of them, they're holding up a zombie holdout. You know, with the whole panic. Yeah. And this is just so well done. Like, you know, they're 20 feet. They're 15 feet. And Catherine's like, what the fuck?
so smart of them to when they moved the robes out of the house. It was so smart of them to do that. Like I wouldn't have never thought of that.
And then
Move
they
the
set
what?
the house on fire.
When they moved the robes out and burned them, did they set them on fire? So they didn't rise up.
Yeah.
That was just a very smart thing to think about.
Pretty smart move.
Yeah.
Well, and you watch that like in the zombie fight too. Like they had these plans. Okay, we're gonna take them on as they come through the windows, and then slowly retreat back upstairs and set the stairs on fire. And you can watch that plan like in every good zombie movie. That plan just go to shit.
Mhm.
All somebody has to do is make the one bad move, and everybody's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then we just start throwing shit.
It was beautiful.
So well done. So well done.
Everybody just throwing furniture off the top floor.
No dice, no plan to survive as the first dice roll.
How big again is the box?
It's like a trunk, smaller than like a trousseau.
Had like a cedar chest kind of.
Yeah, like a small cedar chest.
That's kind of
so like 2 foot by
2 by
like
18. Yeah, and about 16 inches deep.
Yeah.
Well, how big is the one you keep your skin suit in? I mean, it's probably about the same size. Whatever.
Something like that.
I hang it so it can air out.
Well, see, now you're a good skin suit master.
Put some lotion on its skin.
That was by the way, when Noemi got her out of the box and lovingly carefully draped her in a chair like a little kid.
Yeah.
And I almost cried, I'll be honest.
Yeah, Noemi's like,
no. Kind of ridiculous. I can imagine what it looks like. And at the same time, it was just...
She's blubbering. The box is blubbering.
It's an act of love, yeah.
It was a palpable moment, like the grief, the frustration, the anger, the like all of those emotions. You could feel them. The anguish, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, was there.
Very well done. Yeah, all the emotions are definitely in this episode 38. The fear, the dread, the anxiety of the attack, the showdown between Aveline and Fucci, and that was so well done because like she has no clue what she's up against. She's like, okay, boss zombie guy, no big problem. What the fuck? Why am I sinking in the ground? Why is these leeches on me? Whoa. And she starts to not like, she starts to roll to disbelieve. Like she's thinking it's illusions. That was so great. So well done. You're like, I think this is all trickery. No.
Okay.
I have so much empathy towards, I want to say Davinia, but that's not right.
Davina.
I need to make a list for recording.
I mean, it's a pretty tragic character. She's a sack of skin.
And Noemi, about her situation, they were really trying to prepare Noemi for what she was going to see in the box, and they were making sure it was okay.
Stop piss off the vampire.
Yeah, I forgot it already.
Yeah, that felt really self-preservation more than anything else. Like,
yeah,
if she flips it open and sees her girlfriend folded, inside the box.
It was, but at the same time, there was some caring there. I mean, they made sure for...
Yeah.
This room's going to look like the inside of a blender.
Davina. John established that he feels like he needs to do whatever he has to help her. Davina.
Yeah. Schoolie took this one. Schoolie took this one on the chin. Sid, for some reason, kind of went...
It's all you, bro.
That's freaky, but that's not my monkey, not my circus.
I'm gonna stand back and shoot shit. That's all I'm gonna do.
Exactly. See, he's kind of busy with the circus. It's Catherine, so
yeah. Oh, he's got his hands full.
She's a ringmaster of the circus. Exactly.
So before we close out, I want to, if I could, take a moment. 39 coming up is the fight, and so here's what happened. So we recorded it. And the entire recording was lost, basically lost. So we didn't want to, in our again, when we were first doing the show, we didn't want to come on and say to everybody, well, you just listened to 37 episodes to get to the really first big bad. And we lost it all. And the reason is that the bot, and this is where we go totally away from, Matt, where's our channel, or your channel for Lurking Fears?
Facebook.
Yeah, but no, I'm sorry, we're for recording and listen and talking.
Oh, StreamYard and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the other one with the D. Anyway, Discord. So on Discord, we had a bot that was recording us. So it just I would type in a command, the bot would take off, and it would just listen, and then we'd download it and everything else. The bot went bad, and we lost everything, and there was no way to recover this. We wrote them, we tried everything, we couldn't do it.
It's gone. It's gone.
So So we went to Zencaster, we locked everything down. So, but what we did was we came back, and we didn't want to look like jabobos. So we said, we're going to try something new. We're going to recount the fight without using dice by telling you what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So we go through, and everybody says, so round 1, here comes artillery, charges in. Scully says, yeah, I hid behind the bushes. Okay, I went for the tree. I fired twice and I missed. And I wrote all the notes down. And we kind of played it out and talked about the highs and lows of the fight. We did it that way. So a few people wrote me and said, I love that because I'm not really an RP, or I listen for the story, and it made it run quicker.
Yeah.
All the people that are role-playing, like Matt and you, the 4 of us, right, just said to me, don't ever do that again. I want to hear the dice. You dumb bastard.
Let's hear the dice. Give me the dice.
I want to know what the numbers were, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then I was honest. I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry. We screwed up. We lost it. So, yeah, take that with a grain of salt. The 39 is just a recap. It is not really the fight.
It is still enjoyable.
Yeah.
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 But it was.
I saw the description that you had. Yeah. Imagine.
I literally sat there and went, we are done. They're never going to listen to it again. We lost the 2-hour fight. What the frig? Oh, I was screaming.
Hearing the dice helps increase the tension. You're like,
exactly. Just like you did to
enjoy at a crit.
Yeah. Just like you did to Aveline there. It's like, I the leeches hit you for, you hear the dice.
Yeah.
4 points of damage, and you're like, oh no. So yeah, they must hear the math rocks go clickety clack.
Absolutely. And you want to hear the misses, you want to hear the hits, you want to hear a 34. Son of a bitch, hard has success. Okay, roll. We lost everything on that one, and it was
painful.
Tough. Yeah, it was.
So just dialoguing the whole fight. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Exactly. So kudos to you for that one. Exactly. I kind of read ahead and saw in the description that's kind of how it was going to be, and I was like, okay, so at least you're prepared going in if you read the caption.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going to happen there? So thanks for that. Yeah.
And if it ever happens again, you guys just need to roll some dice every so often in the background. We don't need them.
Yeah, the players.
Sound effects.
Got it right there. Yeah, right there.
You don't know. So only Melinda and I do all the post. And, so the other players didn't know. And Melinda and I didn't tell them for weeks. So I said, we're going to try something new. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, we're going to kill all that. We're just going to talk through it. Really? Okay. I guess.
Oh, they didn't know?
No.
They didn't ask.
That's a direction. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So when we got done, they were like, oh, it was different. Maybe that works. Let's see how people like it. I'm like, yeah, cool. Oh, my God. What have I done?
Well done.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Well done. All right. Got a couple more minutes here. I did want to discuss our project coming up in a couple weeks. Very, very excited.
Sure. Wait. Yeah, very much.
Exactly. So I'm going to take the Cthulhu and Cairo crew in a couple weeks, and I'm going to do the 3-part chapter of the game I love to run. Coming full circle, absolutely creepiest set of scenarios I've ever come across in all my reading of the Lovecraft stuff. Going to be really, really great for a Halloween episode. Just going to be able to run it for you guys, and run the first. I think we're doing the first part on the 30th. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to do that very first part. So right before Halloween, we'll have that on live on YouTube. We'll live stream it, and then it'll stay on YouTube for everybody to watch. At least that first. I'm not sure if we'll get through our first chapter yet, but we'll get through most of it.
Yeah, we'll get a good part.
So super excited for it. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I've run it before online. It's just so good. It's so good. It hits all the beats for me for like a really good classic horror game.
Awesome.
So I'm really looking forward to taking you guys on that ride. The characters that you guys have got set up for me already are top notch. We're going to spend so much fun just kind of going through the characters and what they're going to do. Nice, not that one, but nice one. Yeah. So we were discussing that in the previous review about the plague masks and how
Yeah.
they work, because like, you know, how they stuffed it full of rags to make it smell better and stuff like that. It's like I never understood the whole reason for the beak until I read that, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, I guess this is stuff that you could pick up in information when you go to, you know, like Portugal or stuff like that. I'm just, I guess.
That same plague doctor plushie, Raz.
Yeah,
And the
Lauren
nurse.
has. Yeah, so
And
Lauren has
and
one
his
too.
nurse.
Oh,
Nice.
really? Oh, very
Nice.
cool. Yeah, that's the. So yeah, we're excited. The team has been talking about it. We have a pool on high low, who goes out first and how many minutes in. So we'll see exactly. I put 15 down on me. And
15.
I
Yeah,
got a cold 20 on Catherine because I think Matt has a vendetta.
I'm telling you, I've already told like several people in the group, like she walks in the house caves in, game over, done.
And that is that bastard of a GM.
I am. I tell you, I do. I will cut your throat in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the way it should be. When you took the safety net, they're like, okay, so what kind of character should we roll? And I said, standard Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, they're like,
not pulp. They went,
Not-
what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no extra hit points, no extra boost to your abilities.
Oh,
No Eye of Ahriman to kind of pull you out of the fire once per chapter. Nothing like that. Yeah.
No. Straight human people, not larger than life. Just
We're
average.
chilling.
Joes.
We're gonna chill it up here with the chill characters. Roll yourself. Let's see how you do. Oh God, please don't make me.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. No push. Yeah. No pulp. Yeah. So they're looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being part of this with me as we discuss these 3 episodes. So much fun. Really looking forward to the fight. You get the big fight at the end here for episode 39, and we'll go on 39, 40, 41. So yeah, we're trying to hit these 3 to clip to kind of catch up with you guys.
Yeah.
Slowly by steadily. But yeah, we will be able to do that in the next couple weeks.
Great.
Otherwise, thank you so much for being with us again, Raz. Amanda,
appreciate
Melinda, as always. Absolutely.
Ladies, thank you so much as always,
thank you,
Matt.
guys.
Love you, brother. Talk
Thank
to you
you.
soon.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys.
Bye. Later.
Bye, guys.